Hi everybody, Iron Dog 63 here with a video. Today I'm going to make ham and bean soup, and I was talking about it a couple of weeks ago on my live stream that I'm going to soak the beans in this. It's water. I'm going to use one package of ham broth. I'm going to soak the beans. That way the beans are going to get a good ham flavor in them. The ham that I've already got, it's already in the refrigerator, it's already in broth, it's been sitting in broth with a ham packet in it already. But I'm just going to soak them in this, and then tonight I'm doing this tonight, and tomorrow I will drain the beans and put them in with the beans, with the ham and the ham stock, and I'll put it in the crock pot. I'll show you all that tomorrow. And they're going to go in a crock pot tomorrow. You can see already some of the stuff starting to float up. And that's, stuff that you're going to get rid of anyways. But I like to stir them up, mix everything up, knock the loose husks that are on some of these beans off. I was going to put some salt in with them, but the ham broth is going to be enough salt for it. I just want to put enough in there to give the beans a little flavor of ham. You got to soak beans. I generally like to soak them overnight. And when I do soak them overnight, I use as cold as water as possible. But when you do the beans like that and you got to soak them overnight, and we've learned this the hard way because we made bean soup one day, got it all done, and it tasted horrible. What happened is the beans soured sitting on the stove because the water wasn't ice cold. So what I'm going to do, the water is really cold. I'm going to actually put these outside in the garage on the table out there. It is like 28 degrees outside. So in the garage it's around 32 or 33. These will not freeze overnight, but they'll stay nice and ice cold. I'll bring you back when I start to put this all back together tomorrow. Okay everybody, it has been 18 hours since I put these pot of beans out there. This water is really cold. Beans are swelling up really nice. I'm going to stir it up, and I'm going to wait a few minutes and see what floats to the top. Anything that floats to the top is going bye-bye. Anything that sits at the bottom can stay. Now we're going to pick up the stuff that comes up at the top. A lot of this stuff is just bean husk. There's nothing wrong with it. I was quite surprised that there wasn't more floaters, but it was a good bag of beans. You got one right there. Yeah. You constantly stir it. When you do that, it loosens up everything that's inside. It makes all the stuff come up to the top that's supposed to be up here. Because you got stuff that could be pinned underneath other beans and not coming to the top. You don't want a bad bean in there. I'm actually making this video for Arizona Ghostwriter. He was asking about it. I would do a video for him, which you all can watch. Now, in order to make these things non-gassy, there's things you can do. You can parboil these if you want, and then drain them in cold water, or rinse them off, drain them and then rinse them off in cold water, and then boil them again. From what all accounts I've seen, that's supposed to get rid of a lot of the gas that's in these beans. But you know what they say about beans, don't you? Beans, a magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So let's eat beans for every meal. I just want the husk. Stuff that's floating. Okay, everybody. I have parboiled this once already. I'm going to bring this up to temperature again. Not too much to bring it as boil, but I'm just going to slowly simmer them. just for about 15 minutes or so. And you see the beans are still floating to the top. So the reason why I'm doing that is because that's going to get rid of a lot of the gas that's in these. I've already cooked them once for about 15 minutes. I drained them, rinsed them off real good, and then I'm doing the same thing with this. But I'm only just going to bring them to a simmer. I'm not going to bring them to a good roll and boil. And then I will rinse them off, and then I'll put them in the crock pots. It's 12:30 right now. They'll be in the crock pots by 1 o'clock. Dinner will be at 5 o'clock. As you can see, it's up to a simmer. Got a white foam on it. I'm going to dump these in a colander, rinse them off, and then I'm going to start putting them in the crock pot. Doesn't have the beans in it yet, but it will. That little dish right there, you see with the lid on top of it, that's got the ham bone and some ham in it for the big crock pot. Okay, they've already been drained and rinsed. I just put water in here because I'm going to scoop them out of here and put them in the crock pots. I got a strainer right here doing that. And if you see something, pull it out. There's the skin. That'll be enough in that. Now the other crock pot is going to have the rest of this and the ham bone and the rest of the meat. Okay, here's crock pot that the other beans are going to go in. Now there is broth in this one too, where all the meat and ham is, but I'm going to add water, and I'm going to add another beef broth packet because this is going to be a bigger crock pot of bean soup. I don't want to use this water that I rinsed them with. I'm trying to get most of the gas out of the beans. Now that was just a 1 pound package, or a regular, I think it's a 32 ounce package of beans. I really don't know how big it was. I've got probably 150 bags of them downstairs, so I never did look at I just know they're heavy when you buy them by the case. There's the beans. There's the ham bone going in there. And here's some beef broth, ham. What was left out of the ham. And there's broth in there. I'm going to put another ham package in there, like that. Some water in there. A little more. A little more. Now here is that ham broth. I ain't gonna stir it in. It starts to boil, it'll stir in itself. Put in some pepper. I don't know about salt because this ham had plenty of salt to begin with. Okay, I'm going to go put this on the crock pot and let her cook. I probably won't be bringing you back until it's done, but it's going to be about 4.5, 5 hours. So it's 5 o'clock or 1 o'clock now, so it's going to be around 5:30, 6 o'clock before this is done. There is the bean soup. I just unplugged it. It's still hot. I mean, it's still boiling. That's the small pot right there. The big pot is still cooking. It's 5:30 in the afternoon. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? You bet it does. I've tasted this already. I added, I put some salt and pepper in here because I did taste it. But before I started cooking it, I actually threw in about, oh, I don't know, 3/4 of a teaspoon of chili flake in this, which really set it off. This is some good stuff right here. I did put some onion powder in it, minced onions, and some garlic powder in it too, along with salt and pepper. And I did that with the other one too. There is carrots and onions in this, and there's carrots and onions in the other one too. But the other one was cooked with the ham bone and a lot of meat. This has got a lot of meat in it with no ham bone. But this is the only one that's got the chili pepper flake in it. I'll bring you back when I go to dish it up and have a bowl, and we'll show you what it looks like. Alright, here is the bean soup. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Pretty damn tasty, I'm telling you. This is the one that come out of the small crock pot, the one that has the chili flake in it, chili pepper flake. It is good. Mama says it's a little spicy for her. It does got some heat to it. I like it. And she's right now having a bowl from the other crock pot. She said it is good. But anyways, this is it. It cooked for about since 1:30, I guess it was, when I finally put it in the crock pots and got it going. So 4.5, 5 hours. It's 5:55 now, so 4.5 hours. I did parboil the beans. I did it twice. I parboiled them in the liquid that they were in. I drained them, rinsed them, then filled it up with water and did it again. And according to everything that I've seen, if you do that, that'll release a lot of the gas out of the beans, so you don't have so much gas eating bean soup. I don't know if that's true or not, but it doesn't hurt. You can't take back something after you let it go. So, bean soup, it's a good winter meal. It's nice, hearty, warm. It's good for the soul. This is Iron Dog 63 saying, if you are a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, please like and subscribe. It really does help. And as always, God bless and have a great day. Hashtag I am somebody. Hashtag looking lovely as ever. Prayers and peace to you all. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.